Fuck yeah, Optimus, kick that ass.
SCU. You are now listening to Shatteredcast Uncut. Prepare to be shattered with your hosts, Matt Baldwin, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, Oscar NJ Boy, T2RX6, Mega 81. Welcome to Shatteredcast.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the greatest Transformers podcast of all time, known as Shatteredcast Uncut. This is episode 11. That's right. 4 more episodes, and we're going to teach our podcast how to smoke weed and cigarettes. I am always as your host, Oscar Alonso, also known as Oscar and J-Boy. And, of course, joining me on my panel are my distinguished colleagues. Going up first, one of the founding members, Mr. Skullface.
Good evening, everyone. I'm in rare fucking form tonight. Last couple weeks, I've had to kind of split my attention, but tonight you have my undivided attention. And I had a fucking steak, so I got the taste for blood. So let's get it on.
I said that in a strip club once. They asked me to leave. Yes. And speaking of people who have made people leave at strip clubs, this guy's a part-time bouncer, part-time hitman, but of course, full-time troll on the internet. Everyone's favorite, lovable, huggable Greg for Mercy. Hey, buddy.
I only troll for good, not evil, and people need to fucking understand that. I'm like the Batman of the Facebook groups.
Oh my God.
For justice. And speaking of justice, this guy is basically our most reputable Transformer reviewer, although Skullface is creeping up on him quickly, but assuredly. And he is so well known. He is known as the TFW official modifier by any which way, shape, or form. He is the one, the only Mr. T2RX6. We call him Justin Bear. Hey, buddy.
What's going on?
Justin Bear.
All right. And then, of course, coming up from behind, his favorite position, is everyone's favorite pro Hasbro speaker. Everyone, the only guy that we know on the internet that hit the like button on the Transformers Age of Extinction trailer on the YouTube channel, the one, the only, Mr. Deluxe, Matthew.
Hi.
Wow, failed epic. And coming up next, you know him as the soul of Shatteredcast Uncut. The voice so damn deep, if any R&B singer would hear him speak, they'd say, "You want to join our group?" And he'd be like, "Nah, I'm good." He is the panty dropper, the nipple erector. He is also, of course, the Shatteredcast Uncut official news hound. No one gets the tits bits like him. The one, the only, Antoine Mega 81.
What's going on, people? What's going on?
Damn. Gotta smoke a cigarette now. So, as always, today's episode is chock full of lots of news. So we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna kick it up first. Regarding this new animated Transformer series that's gonna be debuting next year. Gentlemen, your thoughts on what looks like Ironhide and Bumblebee if they ever had a kid?
Wow.
Terrible. I think it looks like a nightmare. I feel the most sorry for Greg. And I'll tell you why. It wasn't too long ago. When they put out that the RID patent or whatever had been or trademark had been renewed or whatever the fuck it was, like last week or such.
Yeah.
And Greg hit me up and was like, "Man, you know why they're doing it?" And I was like, "Why?" And he said, "Well, maybe they're talking about doing an RID like from the fucking comics, an RID series, and they could have toys to go along with the series. Like, what if that was the case?" And now I know in his heart of hearts, he knew that was not going to happen.
That's not exactly how it went down. Now let's be honest here.
But I could detect the hope. It was like Barack running the first time. I could detect the hope.
No offense, Antoine.
Okay.
What really happened was I got a message from Bobby via text, and he said, "What do you think this RID thing's all about?" And what I said was, "What do I think it's about, or what do I want it to be about?" And he said, "Yes." I remember that. His response was yes. And then I said, "Well, what if they did this?" And I said, and then they could have toys. The toys are going to suck, but at least there'd be a show.
Yeah.
And then we both agreed that would never happen. So don't try to throw me under the fucking Matt Baldwin bus.
No, I wouldn't dare. I just, I detected from the conversation maybe a little glitter of hope, and now it's completely shattered.
Oh well, no. Well, so is this officially the Robots in Disguise? Is that what this is called?
No.
No.
No, I think the RID title is that the copyright was for the figures, because remember the Prime figures we had, the Deluxe class, were called Robots in Disguise. So it's like Transformers Prime, Robots in Disguise, and it'll say like Bumblebee in this case. So either way, I am not happy that they are coming out with another series where Bumblebee looks like a bigger fucking goon than he did before.
He's the
And
leader,
guess what?
right,
He's
too.
the leader.
He is the leader.
He's
Yeah.
the leader.
Oh my god.
So how long is that gonna last? Probably about 5 episodes, and they're like, "Yeah, we gotta bring back Prime. This sucks."
You know what? I call him the Cheeto or Beast Hunters. I mean, Beast Machines, man. Like right after Palmer left, who was the leader? Cheeto. So
I don't know why they went that route anyway. That was such a stupid whatever. Sorry.
So does that mean, for those listening, be on the lookout for multiple Deluxe Bumblebees, Voyager Bumblebee, Leader class Bumblebee?
Yeah.
I gotta
Night
say,
Strike Bumblebee.
First edition Bumblebee.
Afternoon
Be
nap
honest
strike
with you,
Bumblebee.
we have never seen a Voyager class Bumblebee.
Until
Oh, you see them all the time on SirToys.com.
Well, yeah, shit.
What else?
No, has there not been a Voyager? No.
There's never been a Voyager class Bumblebee.
No,
There's
never.
always been a leader once.
Yeah, the leader
Twice,
in,
three
Dark
times
of
a
the Moon.
lady.
If you count those massive weaponizers also.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I'm saying. But there was the
Oh, you're-
Prime weaponizer, and then there was the leader from Dark of the Moon,
Yep.
and then there was that huge ass one, and then there was god damn it, cat, get off my fucking there goes Orion, there goes my fucking
Squirrel.
Predacons, there goes Waspinator. Oh, good, he's on the Prime stuff now. All right, cool. But
Yeah,
I've never seen a Voyager.
He had the masterpiece also. Wasn't there a mover masterpiece? Bumblebee.
I was saying that. Yeah, that's the same one as that.
The leader class. Yeah.
The Revenge of the Fallen leader class one. Yeah, it's just in different paint. I think it wasn't called a leader. It was called like fucking.
Wasn't it like
shit.
Ultimate Bumblebee or some
Yeah.
garbage like that? Yeah.
Oh,
was
those
that one-
weaponizers, man. $35
Yeah.
worth for those weaponizers.
Alex Wu of the Raging Nation's all showing it off. What a fucking goober.
Yeah.
I actually love
Shout
this
out.
news.
We gotta do shout
You
out.
what?
I love this news.
You do?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Well,
I'm happy they keep going. I mean, it may not be the
wait.
best thing, but
I hope
Sorry.
there'll be new characters and less of like, I don't know. I don't want it to be centralized to just 3 fucking Autobots like they did in Prime.
Well, if it's
You know?
animated, it can't be.
Right.
I mean,
right, I agree.
yeah,
But I'm gonna bite. Why, Justin?
because there's lots of third-party stuff coming out, so I can save my money.
Oh, you got us good.
You got us. You got us.
You crazy black
didn't-
guy,
The
you.
old
Who didn't
classic.
see it coming?
Well, hold on
But
now.
at least they're keeping it going. I mean, at least they're coming out with something. I mean, I know it's not going to be the best, but it's keeping the Transformer.
Look, dude, I
out
swear,
there.
if the moment one episode talks about how the power of friendship can help resolve an issue, I'm gonna stop watching.
You know what though?
I
I
mean-
hope
with our-
it's super successful with kids, so it can keep funding the masterpiece line. That's all I'm
Yes,
saying.
In generations.
I hope lots of children everywhere buy these figures, and you know, and we get we'll get better masterpiece figures out of it in the long run because like, oh hey, look, their parents are gonna want something. It's like, yeah, we will.
I'm going to buy them. So
Well, look, I never actually gave my opinion. All I did was clarify my stance with
well, go on, Gregor.
Going, dude. No one said you couldn't.
Jesus.
every time you open your mouth, you say I can't.
Gregors.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm still salty from something that happened much earlier in my personal life.
We
Did you open your mouth to have something? Never mind.
Did it get salty? Go
That's
on,
a-
Gregors.
it's true.
We're sorry.
Go ahead, Greg.
Okay, whenever you guys are done.
Don't be that way.
Come on.
Gregors.
Don't delete the post.
Just like Gregors.
You guys know that I actually like Prime.
Yes, I did.
I
too.
did too.
And if it's good, even if it's a little bit more like kid friendly, I mean, fuck, it's a cartoon. I'm interested in seeing where this goes. And the fact that it's an all new team of Autobots, so maybe some other characters will get some. Some characters we actually like will get some love, and you never know what's going to happen.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
I'll
give it a try.
For all
I thought Prime, when Prime came out, I didn't watch it for like 5 episodes. It was like, no, I don't want to watch that shit. And then I thought computer animated, and I thought about Beast Machines and fucking like Energon, and I was like, fuck that. And then I watched it, and yeah, it's like my second favorite Transformers series.
Mine too.
So.
Mine too.
It's like I'm not going to buy. I don't have to buy the toys, and I'm not going to buy the toys. So
if it's a animated series in the same vein as Prime, I'm in. I still think Bumblebee looks goofy, but I'm in.
I think it might be cross between Prime and Rescue Bot.
Say that again, Antoine.
I said it might be cross between Prime and the Rescue Bot.
Yeah, that's the rumor that's going to be Rescue Bots.
The artistic, the aesthetic of this design reminds me a lot of the Rescue Bots, especially in the eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But go ahead, Greg. You were saying also.
I was going to say our hatred is not of the show. Our hatred is the fact that we're looking at another Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Right.
That's not Masterpiece.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if that was the case, then it couldn't come soon enough. Which I find very ironic that everyone's clamoring over the fucking Toy World Bee and the Masterpiece Bee. But any other Bumblebee.
Yeah.
Or any other Bumblebee until the Matrix has been destroyed.
But it is. Greg is telling the truth. If they do introduce some new characters that we haven't seen, that'd be awesome. maybe the toys will be all right. Who knows?
If we could get like Prime renditions of like Constructicons and shit like that, I'm in.
Yeah, that'd be dope. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and not to get too far off topic, but what is the Susan Blue show? I haven't heard shit about that in a long time. The one that's supposed to have Bludgeon?
I thought that was this.
It's probably the same thing.
Yeah, she's a voice actor. She's going to be a voice actor on this one.
So that is this. Oh, well, if Bludgeon's the fucking bad guy, how can you guys not like this?
I just don't like the way this looks.
Because they're going to shoehorn Megatron in some way, and as being a big Megatron fanboy like I am for the Seekers, it's unnecessary. He doesn't always need to be the fucking bad guy.
You know who else they're going to shoe in, Oscar?
Huh.
Unicron.
The Shredder.
Oh.
I'll be honest with you about this show. Like, I don't really care for the animation style either, but I didn't really like Transformers animated style when it first came out, and it grew on me a whole bunch. So
that's what happened to me too with that show.
Yeah, I'll give it the benefit of the doubt. We'll see.
Transformers animated to me, they look like characters that belong in like a Mega Man game.
Yeah.
So do you.
When I first watched Transformers animated, I told myself these look like they belong in Batman the Animated Series because they had that streamlined design on the robots anyway. Because the humors were fucking manga. They looked like they just jumped out of a fucking episode of Yu-Gi-Oh. Yep. The way their facial reactions were, but in the end, that show also grew on me, and it had a stronger finish than fucking Prime did. And I know, Greg, you agree with me on that.
Oh, animated? I don't know how animated ended. I don't remember.
No. Oh, well, it's basically big battle on Earth. Megatron gets arrested. They arrive on Cybertron. Everyone celebrates. Whereas Prime commits suicide.
Well, I think that if Prime ended with the 3rd season instead of that movie, it would have been a stronger finish.
Yep.
Totally agree.
Well, don't forget the whole Prime, the whole concept of Optimus Prime was different from animated.
That's kind of what I liked about it too. It wasn't just someone that's chosen. Prime was just a rank.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'll say this too. Animated had some pretty decent toys. I hate to say it, but the problem with those toys was that there were so few. Well, there were a few good ones, but they didn't fit in with anything else. So I had the good ones, and then I got rid of them. Because who wants animated shelf? Oh, dude, Lockdown's awesome. In fact, I just recently sold my Lockdown, and I regret it. I cry about it at night.
He's in the comic.
Yeah, I think my daughter's got the 3 Dinobots. There was only 3, right?
Yeah, Grimlock and
Grimlock was pretty cool.
Quote unquote.
Actually, all 3 of the Dinobots were pretty. I like the sleek. Swoop was really skinny, kind of thing.
She's got all 3 of those, and then I got the BotCon Stunticon set just cause.
There's a couple of solid
It's a
figures
decent
in
set.
Yeah.
Are you guys getting Are you guys getting the DVD set that's coming out?
Yeah,
Yes,
it's season 3.
I already put it in for order, so
Yeah.
the whole series.
For animated, they're releasing like a whole, like the complete series, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
You no
so that's
longer,
the one
because
I'll get.
it got retarded. You would see the DVDs on seasons for sale. They'd be like $130 fucking dollars.
Yeah, it's fucking
Yeah.
these fucking people on fucking eBay, man. I don't know how they fucking sleep at night. It's you know who they're worse than? They're worse than the fucking movie theaters. They charge like $8.75 for a fucking bag of pretzels. That's who they're worse than.
Yes. Oh man. Expensive, man.
Anyway,
That's when you in your case, Skullface, you get your wife to bring the big person, you just jam shit in it.
yeah.
Just like I
Yeah.
make my girlfriend bring her big person. It's like, babe, you want candies? Because we're not buying them there.
2 liters
hell,
soda.
You go to Walmart. You go to Walmart and pick up a bag of candy.
Yeah,
For
I
like
usually bring,
$1.29.
I usually bring a soda in my pocket, and then
Yeah.
and then just crack it. And then if some like old man looks at me funny, I'd be like, we make a big deal about it.
What, you want to buy it? You want some?
You
I bring
think
beef
I'm
jerky,
gonna bring
man.
this fucking 35-cent can of soda in instead of buying that $8 one that's sitting out there on the shelf? You've lost your goddamn mind.
I'm a fireman. I'll fuck you up.
You want some beef jerky?
Just real quick, just to add to what he said, in my hometown, I had to do a little stint there before I moved up here, and like no one went to that movie theater. If it wasn't Friday night, no one was there. And I'd go see movies on like Tuesday, Wednesday, and there was a Walmart across the street. So I'd go buy a 6-pack of beer, throw it in my backpack, and those fucking yokels didn't think shit about me carrying my backpack in there because everybody walked around there. So I'd go in there, and 6 beers is about a 2-hour-long movie. Sit by the fire door, smoke a cigarette. It was pretty awesome. That was back when I smoked.
And of course, this
There
all
was no one
happened.
there.
And of course, this all happened when Greg was only 15. Merca.
It was a
It's-
rural North Carolina town. No one gave a shit.
And
They were
that's
too
hot.
busy fucking doing meth
it's
and
all-
bath
And that's
salts.
hot. And speaking of hot, we have some pictures of TFC's Hot Spot.
Yeah.
Ugh, I don't know.
Wow. What?
Yeah, I'm with you, Antoine. Wait a minute. What is all the mess?
Because
Yeah.
TFC doesn't know how to make heads, and they don't know how to make flat-faced trucks. That's the problem. Like, the front end of the fire truck doesn't look like a fire truck to me.
Why?
Because where's the grill? Like, what's with the two, like, little
Okay, so-
dinky, crappy headlights? Like, I don't know. The
That's
bumper
how
looks
it looks,
fine.
dude.
No.
Yes, it does. Now it is missing the grill.
Yeah.
It is missing the grill, but the lights look that way. The headlights look that way. The top one will be the beam,
regular bulb, and the other is the flasher. Yeah, but it should
Yeah.
be closer to the edges of the truck, and it should have a grill somewhere.
Yeah, it should be closer to the edge of the truck, but there's also those, like, they got the federal cues on there, which is what's keeping it.
Mhm.
I'm guessing from being against the end.
Look, motherfucker, I don't know what the hell none of this shit is.
Okay, you see the
I'm just telling you out the gate.
That pump thing you were bitching about, Bobby.
yeah. Now the pump thing is what irritates me. But I'll get to that in a second. The little horns that are sitting on the front bumper.
Yeah.
One is like an air horn, and then that's the one on the furthest from you, and then the one closest to you is called a federal cue. That's the one that, like, it's going down the road. That's the federal cue.
That's also Skullface's impression of Fran Dresser having sex and orgasm.
I'm a little confused about the light bar at the top.
I assume that the light bar at the top is looking weird like it is because it's something to do with probably the combiner.
Okay.
That's what
And
I'm guessing.
Also a little confused why there's no door for the fireman to get in the back of the thing, or if this unit only responds with driver and an officer only.
This is Japanese fire truck. We are superior to Americans. We back flip on the red back truck. It's so pathetic and raise the American door. Pathetic.
The thing that eats me up is, like, in the middle of the truck, you see all those gauges and everything else, and there's like a little protruding circular thing. Like, that's the hookup that's the hookup big hose, right? So, like, this is like it's pumping. It's this is saying that this is for it to pump water. Now there are pieces called quints that are trucks, which mean they have the fucking ladder on top and they pump water. But this doesn't look like the average quint that I've seen, and he's not supposed to be a quint. I don't think he's supposed to be a fire truck. So a fire truck shouldn't have pump panels on it.
he was supposed to be a Quint, he'd have like 5 faces. Fucking tentacles and shit. And
So,
be
like-
floating on a fucking light beam.
That's what kind of irritates me about it. But that's just a part of my life that's seeping through into my irritation. But like, what I do like is I think that overall, like, well, first of all, it has like if you look at like the next panel, it has like the roll up doors and everything, like, and then like the compartments. Like I dig that, and then on the ladder itself, it has like that rectangle that sits on the side, which is like where like companies usually put like the name of their truck or whatever on there. Like that's pretty true to form, and like I think that that'll be a prime spot for, so to speak, for a repro label set to like put a cool like ladder truck design on the side of there. I think this is a good looking piece overall. There are some minor little complaints I have, but overall,
Well, that's because you know so much about it. I mean, if you take it from my perspective, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know jack shit about fire trucks. I think it looks sweet. I'm glad that the combiner head isn't behind a ladder, but I need to see a fucking robot mode photo because all I see is this ladder, and I'm thinking, well, if he can't stand straight, there's his crutch.
yeah.
I'm just getting like flashbacks of fucking solar powered grapple with that fucking hook that would just hang on the back of his arm. Which what was I thinking buying that thing? Jesus Christ!
I just don't get. I mean, I like the hotspot looks good. What I know is not anything to do with it is Gumball. He looks really, really cheap.
You mean Barricade?
Yeah, and this one, I like the hotspot. I would probably get that, but I'm just worried about the limbs. I mean, if they're gonna look like Gumball, I don't know. It's not. I don't think it's gonna be that good. But this one looks all right. I like it.
One of the things that I also wonder about is we don't have any type of scale comparison. Like, how big are the limbs compared to this guy? Because this picture kind of makes him look a little bit, narrow, perhaps. Like,
yeah, he kind of does.
Yeah, maybe.
He looks
they're
like
not going to be as big as the aerial bots, probably not. Or maybe the same size.
I mean, it could be because
I think Hotspot is as big as what's that? Silverbolt.
Yeah, it could be. It could just be the picture, but just looking at the picture, it feels really small for some reason. But
I'm guessing that Hotspot is as big as Silverbolt without the fucking.
It would have to be without the wings, right?
Piece.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I think. I mean, there's a ton of line work in this, and like I'm sure like the attention to detail, like in the bars of the ladder and stuff. Like I don't know. This is a pretty impressive piece in my opinion overall. And it, like if I took what I know about this particular service out of the equation, like I would be, I think, pretty floored by this. And it even looks like if you look like underneath the pump panel, like it looks like those are going to be stabilizers for the truck. Like all that shit is pretty fucking awesome for me.
Yeah.
And like there's a cradle for the ladder.
I think
that it sits in. It's pretty cool.
Like, honest to God, for someone like me who doesn't know squat about fire trucks, again, I think this looks amazing. I just hope his transformation won't be like that of his G1 homage. But like the only I can't really speculate on this as much as you can, Skullface, because the only thing closest to a garbage truck I've fucking seen as a figure is that god awful wreck car from the animated line.
Yeah,
and he wore his entire vehicle mode on his back.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
So he's probably going to be about V Silverbolt about 120.
Maybe like 120,
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm really psyched about this set, to be honest with you.
I am too.
So
I think that Streetwise is the weakest link so far.
Yep. You got Groove still.
I'm
Groove
just
is
gonna wait for
definitely
y'all
going to be
that.
the weakest of the weak.
Really,
I'm
I like Groove a lot, so to speak.
I don't think he's going to end up being that good.
Yeah, I'm going to wait for Bobby or
Yeah,
Justin to get
Justin, you've been kind of dead on with your opinion, so shut up.
All right.
I'm going to get it, though. I'm going to get it. I mean, I love Defense Force, so it's still bought.
I do too. I love Defense Force too. I'm just going to wait for one of y'all to get it.
I hate TFC these days.
I don't hate TFC though. I mean, I like what they put out so far.
Now, Gregors, what's your thoughts?
Here's my thing. The only time that this would ever be in vehicle mode is when I was on the kitchen floor pushing it around going, woo, woo.
That's not the
same thing with pretty much anything.
Oh,
so,
dude, I caught the Eddie Murphy reference, by the way.
Pull over.
Oh, Deluxe did something right. So my
So proud of
point
him.
is, like, I can't get behind this until I see what it's going to look like combined,
Yeah.
or as a robot. Because with all the stuff that's coming out, oh, dude, I would love to have. I mean, I'm looking at my shelf and I'm counting how many Autobot combiners. You know, yeah, I don't have any. So I would like to have a good one. It's the same thing with the Technobots. Like, we haven't seen shit about it. And then we're gonna have to buy those all in one shot. It's not a matter. It's not a matter of how the vehicle mode looks for me at this point. It's a matter of I'm having to make some serious decisions, and I'm having to make some really serious, like, what am I gonna sacrifice here?
You're gonna have time.
with
I mean, you don't see this shit come out till next year, probably. I mean,
Probably. Maybe December, fourth quarter or something. But did I'm surprised, like what Greg said, like because usually TFC is pretty good about exposing combined forms early on. Like we saw Superion pretty early after he was, after they announced like the first couple. I'm surprised we haven't seen one yet of Defensor.
Here's my thing.
At least a cock teasing silhouette of it.
Yeah.
Well, here's my thing. We haven't seen like robot modes. We haven't seen a silhouette, but we saw this image of Warbotron.
Yeah.
Where he is suspiciously orange, but he's also twice as big as Giant and Intimidator, and
he looks like he's going to be like a couple of heads. He's going to be a couple of heads bigger than freaking Feral Rex.
Yeah. So
I will not allow.
One piece. One piece is masterpiece scale size.
Car size.
Car size.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, MP car size, like sideswipe, and of course,
he was
about right.
I think kicking Giant in the balls. I think in one of the picks,
which is going to make Onslaught MP10 size ish.
Yep. Yeah.
I think it's gonna be. I gotta find somewhere to put that damn thing.
I mean,
here's the thing for me. He's the same price. I mean, he's looking to be about the same price. I mean, really, as anybody else.
Yep.
And you know what's funny about that is that all the limbs already have prototype photos up in their vehicle and in their robot modes.
Yeah.
And now we have these photos, and just
This is definitely a very impressive figure.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I mean, from the moment that we saw this thing, they immediately put the bar high as fuck.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Oh yeah.
When I get mine, I'm gonna put the American flag over it. America. Damn.
Should make him wear like one of those little July 4th ones as a cape.
I always just to find it funny if you guys, like you were saying something, Greg. Go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. I was just gonna say just real quick, and then I'm done talking about this for a little bit. It's like I told Bob. Well, no, I just want to blow all my comments out right now so I can take a break from thinking, because I need to put some stickers on Metroplex here. It's like I told Bobby, like everything about this thing is too good to be true.
Yeah.
And there's got to be something like this thing's gonna be like
Hold it in your hand and you crumble.
or yeah, exactly, or it's gonna be like a parts former. Like you're gonna have to take the legs off and like rearrange it like a fucking huge ass Creo. Like there's got to be something.
I find it funny because Matt made the comment he's got to put an American flag on and go America. Whereas like if some of you remember, I guess it depended on which big lots you went to when they had like the knockoff G1 Combaticon set. Some had like the Republic of China stickers on them.
Really?
Yeah.
There was a police Bruticus I wanted so bad, but I could never find it.
Yeah. I had my big lots at the time had like the People's Republic of China stickers all over it. So I remember I bought it. I remember bringing it home and I'm just like looking around my room going, "Oh, we go crush the Evil West. Come back, guys. You right?" And then they're like, "What? No, I say you right. I don't understand English. You speak Chinese." It's just. I look at these guys and I go, a red star would look really good on Brawl's chest right here.
Yeah.
And then instead of calling him Brawl, his name would be Rawl.
We don't have a good picture of Bruticus's head close up, do we?
No.
Yeah, that's the only thing that kind of worries me about this picture, but it's just too hard to really tell because of just all the orange and the lighting.
If you go to TF Source, I believe the only one you got to get is when you click on the non-onslaught figure, and it looks interesting. I'm gonna be the party pooper of this podcast. I'm not buying this set.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not. I'm interested in catching up on the other third-party combiner sets that came out, and the Voyager class Onslaught for the Cybertron line they're releasing is gonna keep me content for the time being.
I mean, it'll always be there, man. I mean, you can get it later if you want to. I mean,
There is a close-up of Bruticus's head.
On TF source?
No, on like some TFW nonsense. Let me.
Oh,
link it in Skype here.
Yep, I'm working on it. I am computer literate. Let me see if I can copy. All right, that's a basic.
It would suck if it does. The plastic is crappy and everything, and everybody's so looking forward to this.
Easy, what you say. I almost incited a riot in a cafe when I made that joke about.
I'm trying to incite. Okay,
a company was debuting their prototype for a third-party Metroplex figure, which Maketoys reveals its CityBot series MCB-002 Utopia Metroplex,
which we're on.
That's not bad looking there. Those eyes, or that head, I should say.
Yeah.
Could be a little better, but it's not bad. It's not bad. I won't. But Metroplex.
Metroplex, released by Maketoys, known as the CityBot series Utopia. What are my thoughts on this? Is I don't own the Hasbro Metroplex because they didn't have in my area. Now I look at it like, where the fuck would I put them? This would be a good, like, what's the word I'm looking for? Help me out here. Yeah, that would work.
Unplug?
A what?
Nothing.
No.
You'll catch it. We'll catch it later. You'll hear it when you listen to the show.
Yeah, I heard butt plug. Go fuck yourself. I can say the C word on this podcast, not like when I was back with BKBN and I couldn't say it.
My big concern is the price on this thing. Like,
yeah, which is yet to be revealed. And it comes with, what is that, like a little mini guy that's with him, that little red dude.
That like transparent looking Optimus or whatever.
It's kind of like it's kind of if you play a Halo Cortana, it probably like that.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's like a mini, $300 probably.
If you don't have space in your collection for the 2-foot monstrosity that Hasbro made, that depending on which figure you bought, either stands or doesn't stand well, I think this is a good substitute if it's within a decent price range.
Yeah, and comes down to money and scale.
Yeah.
I got to give it to Maketoys because when they released Giant, it was the buy two for like, what was it, $160, which wasn't bad. But due to Justin's review, you get to see the flaws that their figures had. If you want to check it out, just look it up on his T2RX6 channel. And of course, what else are they? They had the Swerve and Gears figures, which Bob with Skullface reviewed.
Yep.
My big worry is that they also made that Hypernova or whatever, which what does he go for? Like close to 200.
Yep, I think that's just because it's it's basically a prime mold.
Yeah, but see, the thing about it is like I know like they made significant remolds to the actual cab, but like the engineering to that part is just directly ripped from G2 Prime. It's like, so now you got this completely unique thing that's huge. I don't know. Well, we know that it's going to be, it's not deluxe sized. It's probably not Voyager. We're looking at,
maybe giant size leader class.
I'm thinking it's probably going to end up being giant, if not a little bit bigger than giant. Who knows for sure?
You said the size of Omega Supreme, right? Didn't you?
Someone said that earlier. Yeah, that was supposed to be.
I was reading
like
some of the
Omega
comments
Supreme
regarding that.
If it's that big, probably you're talking about 250 at least, maybe
yeah,
even 300.
Even Maketoys' fucking upgrade kit for Omega Supreme is 110 or whatever, and that's not even a full bot. That's pieces.
You hear that? That's my heart breaking.
Yeah.
Because I kind of really wanted this. It was like really appealing to me. I'm like, well, this is nice, But if that's the case, I might as well buy a fucking reissue G1.
Yeah.
And then, in city mode, they're supposed to combine somehow.
The head, with the visor down, looks pretty awesome.
Yeah,
I love the way this looks. I got to be honest, but I still think that it falls victim to the same problem that Generations Metroplex falls victim to, and that is just so much white plastic that if you don't break it up with tons of paint, it just looks like Casper the Friendly Ghost.
It's like I see this and I see a $70 repro label set attached to it.
Yeah, I can see that.
I just see what there's just I give them props for there's not any other, only Metroplex out there is the Generations one, so that might help it sell it more because there's not like 4 other people behind them trying to make another one. That might help it sell a little more, but $300 for another Metroplex, damn, I don't know about that.
I love the city mode. Like I love that it actually. I mean, I know it's not accurate or whatever, but I love how it kind of looks like a fucking city.
Yeah, I'll say the city mode has grown on me since we were discussing it earlier. I do like the city. The carrier I could kind of do without. Like,
let me take a look at the carrier a little closer.
So what would be the price where y'all would definitely be like, okay, I'm all in for it?
I'd be in at 200.
I'd be in at 200.
Yeah, I would.
200 is easy.
I don't know if I'd be in at 200, but I'd heavily consider it at that price.
It might could go for 200. It might be if it could be a little smaller than.
Or I could go 100 and sell the rest of my Generations Deluxe class figures.
I'll tell you what I like about the carrier mode, Justin, and that's the back of it, how it looks like a ship.
Well, yeah, I mean they're going all out for actually making it look like a ship, and that I don't fault them on. It's just that, that whole white base type, imaginative spaceship thing is like, reserve that for Fort Max,
Right. And the whole.
I mean, where are you gonna put it?
You can tell that the flaps flip up, like where in the carry, like the ship mode, and it could have it desperately needs some paint there,
What I find funny is people that buy this, by the time this is made available for purchase, will probably own like one of the 6-gun figures that are out, and it'll be the same size as Metroplex.
But I'm just saying, who
you either have the weirdest pairing ever or the most awesome fucking pair ever, where one guy's like, "Oh, you want to fuck this dude up? Let me change it to a gun, bro. Hold that shit." And then you got Metroplex just blasting motherfuckers in half.
I know y'all are talking about the the bot mode and everything, but who displays their Metroplex in bot mode?
I do.
Do you really? That's just it's a big it takes up a lot of room.
Yep.
Just saying, But
I think the bot takes up less room than the city.
Yeah, I don't really think there's a mode that doesn't take up a whole lot.
Well,
of room.
I mean, but it's straight up. I mean, it's not laid out and sprawled out everywhere. I mean, in robot mode, you're just it is big, but it's just straight up. I mean, you're not taking out.
But the thing is that I don't have Legends figures, which I know is the appropriate scale, but I think the Legends figures pair really well with it in base mode. But it doesn't look hateful in robot mode standing next to an MP10 just because of how fucking big it is.
Yeah.
It's not as big as it should be, but it still is it's still a sight to behold.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's bigger than what you would expect a MP scale combiner to look like. So.
Right.
Well, you'll see the price about probably next month or something, maybe.
We'll see.
Ish.
Maketoys and Fansproject have been doing some weird shit recently where it's like, oh, it's out.
Yeah, I know, right?
Where'd that shit come from?
Take this shit. You want it? Run it.
It's out.
So speaking of Fansproject's questionable stuff, we've now got their Warbot, the 3 King.
Now,
is that his name?
Yeah,
I saw a post somewhere. I know everybody's been speculating on what this is. Is it Dialis? Is it? I saw this post somewhere where somebody was saying that it might be this. It was 3 figures that combine into one. Does anybody know what I'm talking about? Like Dom 1 or something? Let me see if I can figure it out.
God, what's his fucking name, dude? Isn't it like Road Atlas, Road Caesar, and
Road Caesar?
Is it what it's called?
Caesar. Yeah, Road Caesar.
That was the only 3-way Autobot combiner I remember from the G1 era, and that's from Victory.
Was it Brave? Was it Victory or Brave?
No, it's Victory. It's
Okay.
Victory.
And what was it called?
It's called
Road
Road
Caesar?
Caesar.
It was
would
a
make sense.
combiner.
None of them had wings, though. Not that I remember. Wow,
No,
God, that's a lot of time.
They were race cars, weren't? They were.
I had
this
this-
was-
One guy
ahead,
said
Antoine.
they're. Go ahead, Antoine.
I was gonna say, well, this will be a homage to the Diaclone figure that everybody's showing on the internet right now.
Yeah, that Diaclone figure is called like Don 1 or Dom 1 or some
Yeah,
nonsense.
that same link later on the thread they show the figure. I think
Oh,
it's just
really?
yeah. They show the G1 figure, not the actual Fans Project, but
Yeah, Dom
it's
1. It's
yes.
DAM 1.
Ugh.
But I mean, it's not in
Diatrain,
Transformers.
Cosmo Roller. I think
Yeah, it's not in Transformers at all. So
No.
it's just an homage that this will not sell good because people don't know what it is. They have to be reminded of it.
Yeah.
Who was it? Who was it? Someone said like it was the Autobot six changer. What's it called? Quick Switch.
Quick Switch, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah,
no
that's what
way.
they were trying to say it was, and I was just like, I don't think so.
Yeah, me neither.
No way.
Speaking of which, though, where's that Fans Project Quick Switch?
It's still probably working on it.
Hey, just to take us guys off topic, anyone here signed up for the Fans Project Core and get the email regarding the pre-order for the Rack and
Yes.
Ruin?
Yep.
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
For the
When you
low
wake up-
price.
When you wake up and check your phone to see an email from Fans Project, you get super excited until it's something like that.
You're like, yeah. Oh.
You know, where was the fucking email for Roadbuster?
I
You
know,
know what I mean?
Yep. I think they're a little skeptical that this probably won't move as well as Roadbuster because they're just basically redecos.
And they don't look anything like Rack and Ruin.
Nope, except for the green.
Yeah, they're the right color.
Damn.
And to be honest, it's like I'm not sure if I want both of these guys because I guess if you get one of them, you can still use the same armor upgrades for Roadbuster.
Yeah, I'm passing. I'm passing. I'm totally passing.
I'll buy one and review it.
How
Not
much is it for both?
It's I think it's gonna be like 99 a piece for member prices on Fans Project's Core. We can pay 189.99 for both. If you're not a member, you pay 209. So you're better off just getting it from TF Source or Dubk Toys if you ever fucking carries Fans Project. Sorry, Jason. So bitter.
Yeah, I don't think that's his fault though.
Yeah, I
But
blame
yeah,
Project.
I'm probably gonna pass. Well, I gotta see what this Warbot officially is, but I'm definitely passing on.
I'll tell you, I'll be the guy to make the risk and I'll buy them and then I'll let you mofos know what's up.
Word.
I think
So.
Justin's gonna get them.
I don't know. I'm kind of torn on them myself because they are very expensive for two. I mean, all they are is green Roadbusters, right?
Yep.
So,
Do they
yeah.
come in a two-pack?
Except one actually, one's head sculpt is different from
Right.
Roadbusters. He's actually got a mouthpiece, but he's got that really weird fucking visor.
Yeah, I don't know about this one.
So they don't come in a two-pack? They buy separately?
Yep.
A separate.
Nah,
Yep. And they both come with armor upgrades that basically make Roadbuster a little taller, I guess. He comes with high heels, and you give him a new hat in the form of weapons.
Yeah, it's
But
I
they're
think that
vehicle modes are the
his
same.
high heels. I think that his high heels look goofier than the high heels for Grimlock from Scoria. Personally,
Oh.
yeah, I agree.
And
I'm looking forward to Scoria.
yeah. Well, me too. But like everybody's bitching and moaning about Grimlock's high heels with that, and personally, I think that the high heels for Roadbuster look a lot dumber.
You're not a
for
Transformer fan
coming
unless you're
from
bitching.
probably the only guy on this podcast that doesn't own an MP Grimlock, and I'm going to say this to you guys that do own an MP Grimlock, watching this, listening to this, and you're bitching about the fucking high heels. First off, be grateful you own an MP Grimlock. Secondly, be even more grateful that you're buying Scoria because that's an amazing looking fucking figure.
Yeah.
All right, it looks awesome, and you're pissed because they came with something to make Grimlock taller. Oh, I'm fucking sorry. I'm sorry that ruined your goddamn day. That you ponied up a shitload of cash, and the people that made this amazing figure just kind of want to stick to content, to the actual scale size the Dinobots were in the fucking television show that they're based on. So
Yeah,
make like the H in the word homage and be silent. Thank you.
But it's a good point though. Like Justin was at my house on Saturday, and we were talking a bit about this.
Lucky.
And like, heck yeah.
Mhm.
And it's
Did you guys
It's
talk about
not.
the IDW Thundercracker?
but it's not fucking Fans Toys' fault. Grimlock is the one that's wrong.
Mm-hmm.
Fanstoys is taking it upon themselves to try and do you a solid by throwing that in there as well to fix your Grimlock.
You don't have to use them. Fuck, but I'm just, it's not really. People want to blame Hasbro, but when Hasbro made Grimlock, like he said, when he's talking about, they wasn't really doing the scale thing until MP10 came out. Then they started doing it. So I don't blame Takara or Hasbro for making Grimlock that small. I guess they didn't think that third-party companies at that time were not going to make all these masterpiece figures.
They're re-releasing Grimlock, and you know why they're re-releasing Grimlock?
Because they have the mold.
Because
he's kind of a big deal of the movie.
He kind of works. The scale still kind of works.
Yeah, it's close.
People will buy it.
They wouldn't re-release Rodimus because that scale doesn't work at all.
Not as hot rod, at least.
Yeah.
I mean, they should probably do like the either Lambor or Datsun size MP scale figure for Rodimus. That'd be great.
Right,
but awesome. that makes too much sense. But I am going to ask you guys here on the podcast, when Grimlock does hit U.S. retail stores, grab a brother one.
Oh, absolutely.
The day job keeps me from going to my Toys R Us and stalking it like I used to.
Someone posted a picture online and made me crack up earlier today. They had it was a Goodwill, like just like the Goodwill sign was like right on top of the Toys R Us sign. Like it looks like they took the Toys R Us sign off, painted over the square, and put Goodwill on it. And they're like,
that's fun.
They had like a rest in peace Toys R Us, and then my comment was, I'm like, in all fairness, there's probably about the same probability of finding a new toy at Goodwill as there is at Toys R Us.
Oh yeah,
is it Toys R Us? Yeah,
fucking Toys R Us.
Yeah. No, we'll definitely look at. I mean, how much is the Grimlock for the U.S.? When the U.S. one came out, god dang, it's like $300 on eBay.
Yeah, when it came out, it was like $69.99.
Yeah, I saw it one time, and that was it.
I mean, for the record, if we ever have a problem remembering prices, our buddy Greg for Mercy is usually pretty good at that. Because
he's otherwise occupied.
Yeah, he's probably drinking right now. Scotch.
Scotch.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we hear you, Greg.
No, I'm here. Actually, what's funny about the wrong burgundy reference? I actually just picked up some Ben & Jerry's today. The Scotchy Scotch.
Oh, I love you, buddy.
I'd never seen it before.
I haven't either.
Butterscotch with butterscotch swirls. It's called
seriously,
Scotch.
just think back a year ago. Did you think something so awesome as this would be happening? But moving on to Hasbro, MP23 Cliffjumper has surfaced if it's a possible fake. We live in a day and age where Photoshop is just as easy to access as the internet on your fucking phone. So I'm calling this fake.
Oh, yeah, it's
fake.
It's fake.
That's a no discussion.
And shame on them for fucking doing this and trying to pass it off. It's fake.
I don't know. I'm not sure.
I actually want to hold out hope for this.
I do too.
Because there's an awful lot of difference here between this and the Bumblebee, even in the posing of the arms in the pictures.
Have we seen a Bumblebee that's actually like this close to the picture? Like I don't recall seeing Bumblebee in this particular pose. Like I know we've gotten that one picture with like Bumblebees on it 4 different times, but I don't think he's ever been standing like this.
Where his legs are open, and his arms are kind of
Yeah,
he's been Bumblebee just like been standing straight up, I think, and then they show the car mode.
Yeah,
if it is a Photoshop fake, like this is, in my opinion, I'm not a pro at Photoshop, but I know my way around it a little bit. But this is a ton of work.
Yeah.
But it's possible, and I don't want to sound like the cynic of the group here, but it is possible, and I'm going to use a good example being Super Bowl where Beyonce performed, and out of nowhere, like that one horrendous face she made was redone in Photoshop and included in every photo scene to where she's holding a weight belt, Jean-Claude Van Damme freaking nailing her in the sides. It's possible. Okay, I'm not saying I'm going to sit there and just say this is fake. But if this is what it turns out to be, then that's cool.
There is a picture with Bumblebee in a similar pose. Yeah, it's the one where he's standing next to the exosuit.
I thought he was standing
but the angle of the picture is a little different.
The angle is a little different.
Yeah.
Well, let me say, if this is not fake, I'm fucking disappointed. Because Cliffjumper is supposed to be a completely different car. And that's just fucking lazy. Yeah. I mean, I know it's G1. I know it's traditional.
G1 was basically almost the same car, except for the front end was different and he had the spoiler.
Right, and this has a spoiler, and the front end is different.
Yeah, and the thing is that if I recall correct, let me look at the MP Bumblebee pictures we have.
I'm comparing them both now. They're kind of in the same pose. They just kind of switched the arms around.
Isn't
and the legs are at a different angle.
Yep, it's basic. You can flip the image on Photoshop doing this also. So
I'm gonna buy it regardless. So whatever.
Yeah, I mean Bumblebee, that Masterpiece Bumblebee, is still a sick figure. And as to why you could rip his face off, I found out. I guess you could put the old G1 look on him.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Battle mask. I think Amazon, or I think if you bought the battle coin or the coin one, it comes with the mask. I think they're trying to do that.
Oh, didn't BBTS send an email that said
it might have the mask? Yeah,
I think they're trying to get the mask to add on it. If you buy the coin version, I think they're trying to get the battle mask to go with it.
I don't pay much
for free.
to them anymore.
Okay,
so.
Actually, it's. I'm gonna go ahead and. I'm gonna go ahead and. If you look at it, I'm sorry. Go ahead, dude.
I was just gonna say, if you look at Cliffjumper, like if you were Cliffjumper, if you look at Cliffjumper's left leg, the thigh and knee are pretty much exactly this. It's pretty much exactly. Oh, but the knee's a little different, but it's pretty damn close.
I'll put it to you easily. I'm going to send you guys a link, and Justin, you could probably post this up for the sake of argument. This link I'm posting right now is on the TFW forum. If you look at that link, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7th photo in, it is exactly the same pose as this Cliffjumper, with the exception of the alterations made to the head and feet. The very same exact pose.
Yeah, I can see that because that's the picture I was trying to find because the only one I could find, the wrist didn't have the weird bend into it.
You see, and this is why this podcast is awesome, because you have motherfuckers like me and Skullface that fucking draw, and we can call cocksuckers out on fakeness like this.
But the thing is about this, if this is a Photoshop for the sake of Photoshop like that Hasbro did or something, then it's still going to work because the back end where the spoiler is on Cliffjumper's chest there, that's all covered by a fake rear end. Like if you on the Bumblebee, there's a piece that folds over the part that makes the window by his chin.
Yep.
So they could legitimately have or come up with a way to fold up the rest of the Porsche back there somewhere. So I hope it's true. But yeah, now that I see this other picture, it's easy to say it's Photoshop.
Yeah, it's fake.
And do we have any information on this guy Zuxus? You know, where's this fella from?
Who? Hell.
The guy that posted this picture, that posted the original picture. He's a Weebo guy.
Arkansas.
Weeaboo? are those guys that fap the anime?
The account, his Twitter account has been suspended. So
big shocker.
Hasbro already got to him.
He was too busy leaking hentai and tentacle porn.
Yeah, but it's not at Zexus at Twitter. It's at Zexus on Weibo.
Well,
I think
if he has a Twitter account, it's been deactivated or suspended.
Gotcha.
So.
And talking about things that are
Zexus or whatever.
And talking about things that are suspended or should be suspended, as far as I'm concerned, and I can't believe I'm saying this because I'm a fucking fanboy of this character. Unimetal, home of the $1,000 figure, is making a Megatron.
I've got to say this.
Go ahead and it's serious. This is seriously like the dumbest fucking thing ever. For a second, and I'm gonna sound so stupid saying this. I saw this photo and I go, "Holy crap, that's the updated MP Megatron we made."
Yeah, that's what I thought too,
awesome.
man.
I was all excited, like this is gonna be awesome. Oh my god, I gotta like choke Jason Watson of Dub K out because he's gotta fucking have this guy. But no, it's Unimetal. I'm not shelling out $1,000 for a fucking Megatron.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, dude. No, even though he looks sick.
Antoine was in the chat, and I was at work, and I literally stopped what I was doing because anytime I see on my phone Antoine sent 2 photos. Whenever it's a photo, I usually stop what I'm doing and check my
shit.
phone.
Just happened.
Yeah, even though something like this happens. Okay, Skullface, I'm jumping. Hold that twist. Oh, my arm, dude! Look at this Megatron. Okay,
exactly. What you said was, do they take credit cards in order for the money?
Yep. Mine was what scale? It was what scale does it transform? Where do I put my credit card information?
I'm like, doesn't transform. It's a statue. It's like Optimus Prime. So,
and then I went back to ignoring the thread while I went back to work.
Then he
And
went
this
in-
thing's $1,000, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It'll probably be around 1,200, 1,300. Wasn't the other one like 1,200, 1,300?
That
Yep.
was about $1,000, I believe. Was it like
Did you
12,
see
13?
Did you see the people posting in the Facebook groups that they got ones with like no feet? Or
Yeah.
like all fucked up.
And
And BBTS wouldn't give them the money. Yeah,
Yep.
because there was an agreement. You had to contact the manufacturer.
Yep.
Which
I'm
is
getting,
again.
I'm getting this. So
No, don't fucking
not.
get it. Okay, dude,
not.
don't. No, you
Afford
could.
this.
You know what you could do with
Just kidding. Calm down there,
$1,200.
Corky. I'm not getting it, man.
You know, let me go ahead and tell these
I'm not
people
getting it.
what to do with $1,200 if you're gonna go ahead and shit away $1,300.
Send
A,
it
you
to me
can
on-
actually get a stripper to fucking fall in love with you. B, develop quite the cocaine habit. C, you could go ahead and feed a bunch of homeless people for a year. That odds are they're probably vets, and they probably won't see a penny because everyone's too busy fucking ponying up money for Kickstarters for bullshit reviewers on that guy with the glasses. Or you can D, go ahead and invest further into your education so you turn out to be smart enough not to fucking buy this abomination. Don't fucking buy this. Unimetal Prime was a fucking disgrace. You have MP10. You got your Year of the Horse, which smart people like Justin are saying, hey, I'll just repaint this. And there you go.
You don't even need to do that. You don't
There
even
you
need to
go. There you
repaint
go.
that. You're the horse, by
Hey,
the way.
Oscar, I'm taking this $1,200 and I'm going to get a plane ticket to your hometown and I'm going to come see you. That's what I'm going to do.
I'd
Hey,
love
Matt.
I'd
We're
love
gonna
to
hang out.
empty fields of fucking fodder.
He
Hey,
did tell you to buy an Abomination, and as a Hulk fan, that shouldn't be too.
Well, no, I didn't mean. Okay, shut up, Greg. I love you.
Shut
Son
up,
of a bitch.
Hey, I'm
Get
actually on
cool.
Matt's side here.
For
These
for all our listeners out there who are interested in a Year of the Horse Prime, some rubbing alcohol and some Q-tips will take that gold paint right off that chrome and make it nice and chrome again. Just saying.
which is awesome.
There you go. There he just saved you guys some jerk off on eBay selling his MP10 original for fucking $300-400, and you just got yourself. I mean, you're screwed with that really lame gray trailer, but just whip out some gray spray paint, you'll be all right.
Yep.
I am.
Sorry for
Justin,
the
how
rant
much-
earlier, but this is the shit that pisses me off. I finally get a Megatron that I would love to have in my collection, and it's made by a company that was notoriously known for shipping out units without fucking appendages. It's not a fucking combiner. Fuck. Sorry.
Fuck.
Hey,
It's,
how much did Optimus Prime anyway?
It was like
12,
Oh.
1300, what?
Goddamn.
I'll be BTS
No.
real quick. What?
I'm talking about the Year of the Horse. How much is that again?
Oh,
Oh, about 140.
Yeah.
With
No,
tax.
he's like 115. Get
Oh,
him
really?
with some coupons.
Okay.
Oh,
Oh, if you use coupons, if you don't use any coupons, he's about 140 with tax. That's what I paid for him about.
Oh, okay.
but this if anybody is listening that knows somebody that works that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody that knows something about it, that works at fucking Takara, could you tell them that this is what we want our Megatron to look like though?
yeah. One that doesn't contract cosmic rust. Although I find it funny, the ones that have contracted cosmic rust are for sale for like $90 on TFW forums, but I don't want to pay for something that much and break it while I'm just trying to pose them. So it breaks my heart, man. Like I go on record by saying I'm a huge Megatron fucking fanboy as well as a Seeker fanboy, and this looks fucking sweet. But to find out that this thing's gonna run $1,200, you could get a car for that much fucking money instead of a hunk of fucking metal that just might break if you move its arm too much.
Hey, this was like when that Scorponaut came out, and everybody thought it was going to be transformed and everything. That big, huge one, the Action Master one.
Yep.
And everybody's
Yeah, I
like,
remember that
and
shit.
found out that it's not going to transform. Everybody's like, oh.
And I doubt that thing will ever see the light of day.
Oh, probably not. But I mean, everybody was excited, and then they found out that it doesn't transform. They're like, all he had to do was lay on his fucking stomach and put his legs behind his back.
And you done fucked up when people looked at that Scorponaut and go, I'm just gonna order that Energon Scorponaut on eBay.
I'll be all right with that one. Yeah, it is sad that the Megatron that does look very nice, but god dang, $1,200 really?
And
It
speaking
does,
of absurd amounts of money for things that are absolutely fucking ridiculous, and I'm gonna address this one person's comments made. Skullface, our our resident podcast founding member, posted a photograph on our Shattered Cast Facebook page, facebook.com/shatteredcast uncut, of what I consider to be an atrocious custom that a guy was selling on eBay for $1,400. Now, when it comes to the world of customs, I think it's safe to say everybody at one point in this podcast has either repainted or removed paint from a figure. Greg, I know you've painted up figures. I have also in the past. Justin, obviously. Justin has a video showing his shit off. You know, love that Grimlock, by the way, but made out of the Beast Hunters Prime. And friggin', you know, I mean, in the end, when third-party toys basically have a hefty price tag on their own, and we're getting some top-notch shit, you know, as of late, when it comes to customs, are they worth this absurd amount of money people put into it?
They don't even transform. You have to keep it in this mode the whole time.
That particular one.
Yeah, that one. I'm sorry. That customer right there, you have to keep. I mean, he basically just glued on the limbs. So you can't take it apart or anything.
I'll say this, like the paint job on that unit is top fucking notch. But the overall look of it is not. You know, and you know, like you can take I don't know, like what's an atrocious looking figure, some Mech Tech Transformers movie figure. Pick one. That's right.
Perfect call right there.
And paint it perfectly, it still sucks.
Hey, you can't make a whole house one.
You know, exactly.
Like shining a turd.
Like the guy, I don't know the guy who posted it. You know, I got turned on to it from fucking Justin, because Justin I must have a Transformer Customs. It's like an eBay save search. So like he always, like, I remember there was one time you posted that Ultra Magnus that had a fork for a hand. So he always, like, you know, he always posts in the chat like different customs or whatever. And this one, you know, it was just the price tag made everybody stop and take a look at it. And it's not like the guy did bad work. He like the paint and all that is great, and he installed some lights and all that, and that's, you know, it's all great, but it just doesn't look good. It's a well painted, bad looking figure.
The particular customizer who did this one, I don't want to say any names. I'm not a huge fan of them anyway, but the person who did this one is kind of notorious for photoshopping their pictures too. So your paint might not be quite as good as it looks. Yeah.
Yep.
Here's the thing with this. The guy that did this, he sold some stuff at auction for this much money. But to have the fucking audacity to put the motherfucker up for buy it now, and if you notice, the listing has ended, and he relisted it for the same amount of money after it didn't sell the first time.
Of course. eBay gives you you get to relist your items for free. Now, what really made me like irk about this subject is, one, I don't want to say this person's name. If they listen to this podcast, you know who you are. I was the guy because, you know, I was replying to you while I was working, but I didn't have time to go ahead and not give the notch and say Oscar at the end of every comment I wrote there. He goes, customs aren't toys. They are works of art. My ass. They're not really works of art, dude. I can tell you right now that hot spot for a fucking core piece is made out of styrene. That's all there is to it. That is styrene. It is just cheap, foddy fucking plastic. And as for the limbs, man, if he fucking crafted those out of styrene, like I'm telling you right now, Blades, that's from the fucking Universe figure. Mm-hmm. But I don't see the legs in this photograph that we have, because it's like the best, most hilarious thing we ever have on our Facebook page. I'm on eBay for the low price of $1,400. But this isn't art to me, dude. It's someone with too much time on their hands to tinker around. When you make a custom combiner, the ones that win are the ones that, hey, here's him combined. Hey, here's him in their robot modes. Those are the ones that wins. Those are the ones that I could see them asking what I would consider an astronomical amount. When you basically pay $1,400 for what is essentially a statue made of cardboard and LED lights, that you could barely fucking pose as it is, and it has to just sit there and collect dust. No thanks, dude. You could do other stuff with that money.
Right. He looks bloated.
And if he spent at least, and this same commenter says, to create something like that probably costs at least $1,000. And all the time that people spend creating them, it might just be me, but I think it's worth it. No, dude, it is just you. It's not worth it. How did that cost him $1,000?
And not only that, but I mean, like, what a person's time is worth is extremely relative. you know, if this same motherfucker is working at Toys R Us and getting $11 an hour, well, then his time is worth $11 an hour. That is what the world has deemed. So it doesn't really matter what the fuck he's doing. It's still worth $11 an hour.
Yeah, but the Autobot symbol lights up, so that's got to be worth something.
And you know what? Not for nothing, that's cool. You know, and I like I said, I can acknowledge the paint work, and I can acknowledge the what, but I mean, if you really want to find out, like he said, if I had the money, then I would buy it, and so it's worth that to him. I get that, but if you really want to find out what this thing is worth, there's an easy way to do it. Start it at 99 cents.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you'll find out. You'll find out exactly what it's worth.
Exactly, but to sit there and tell me that this thing is worth $1,400, no, I don't. I don't care, dude. The one thing I tell a lot of people that, you know, and I think Greg can relate to this because, you know, Greg sells a lot on the Cybertron Cafe. You know, one of our favorite Facebook pages when it comes to selling figures is when you get that one guy that wants to buy a figure you're selling, and he says those infamous words. Say it again.
It's for a custom.
Yeah, so they don't want to pay full price. So you're selling a figure that's, let's say you're asking $10 shit for a deluxe class figure. It goes, well, could you do 7? It's for custom. So clearly,
I tell you what, I will. I'll bash it with a hammer so you got the pieces all broken up, and then I'll send it to you so you can customize it.
I'll put it in a padded envelope and write, please feel free to kick around your warehouse.
Put this in the hand of Ace Ventura.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, for the love of fucking God. I mean,
is that what they really do? They fucking say it's a custom, so they try to get like 10% off or some shit.
They don't want to pay the full price for it. They'll sit there like
it's $10. Goddamn, you can't. I mean, come on.
$10 ship.
Fucking cheap
it's not just 10
$10
ship.
on a deluxe. Holy shit, dude. Get the fuck out of this. Is not your kind of collection or your kind of thing to do. If you cannot waste $10 on a fucking deluxe, you are in the wrong business. You know, get a fucking job. God, I hate these whiny motherfuckers that can't afford shit. Well, you know what? This is an expensive hobby. You can't fucking, you know, come in here and say, I'm going to spend $5 every time for a fucking Hasbro or for a fucking third party. It makes me sick. These wine bags that can't afford $10. You get the fuck out of the thing, then. Nobody wants this shit.
Hey, Greg.
Found his button.
Greg.
I hate that shit.
Greg, you should be proud. You're rubbing off on him.
I'm sorry. I had a little meltdown.
You're rubbing off on him, Greg. Good job, buddy.
Hey, if I rub off on a sister, I should rub off on him too. You know what I mean?
Oh, giggity boo.
She keeps asking about you, Gregors.
But to the guy that posted, you know, that caused this little discussion, you know, I want to tip my hat to you and say thank you, because, you know, it is discussions like this on our Facebook page that helps us create these sort of conversations on the show. So, you know, it's not always easy to stand against the crowd, but you were definitely standing against the crowd on this one. But it did.
And you were wrong.
But don't let it get down.
It did. Yeah, it led to some good conversation, and that's what.
It did. Good job.
I need a picture of Matt for that rant, because I think that needs to go in the podcast, just like Skullface did last year.
Maybe just take that picture of him on the toilet holding his masterpiece Starscream. That's perfect.
Oh, Joe, like that? A little selfie.
I should do that, and I should tint it green.
A selfie is when you take the photo of yourself.
Oh, yeah, it wasn't a selfie. My bad. I'm sorry. I'm not up to this little children's lingo thing.
You'll catch up, young one. Don't worry.
My bad.
Can I say something real quick? If anyone from Repro Labels is listening to this, when you put left leg and right leg on instructions for stickers, especially ones that are kind of ambiguous, left leg means the left leg of the toy you're looking at, not his personal left fucking leg. Okay, that's all.
Oh, he's putting stickers on Metroplex. I forgot. My bad. I was like, what are you talking about?
This is day 3 of this project.
Oh shit! Damn.
But anyway, that conversation of what a custom's worth kind of led to another conversation, which kind of spawned from the Make Toys thing, and that is, you know, what is the line on third-party figures, you know, for price. You know, talking about like a Maketoys Metroplex, and like, you know, most of us have spent. I don't think any of us has spent any more than $200 on a third party figure. I think that $200 being the highest was Scoria, right? That anybody's paid. Am I right?
No.
Giant 6 figures.
Oh, okay.
No.
I mean, just one figure, yeah, 200 probably. Not the count combiners, yeah, 200.
You know,
probably
so
the
what
most.
happens when these third party companies start doing these fucking city formers?
Oh God,
you know,
Fort Max, shit.
You know, the Fort
So why
Max
don't
is
they make the fucking city former we need and not another fucking Metroplex?
well, agreed, but I mean, you know, let's say that those are like Fort Max is the biggest transformer available for purchase, right? I mean,
Yeah.
as far so that would be the top notch, size scale wise figure. What is the price you would pay for a quality? I'm talking Fans Toys third party Fansproject mastermind bracket of third party company. What would you spend for a Fort Max? What's reasonable?
God, you're talking at least $500 to $600 probably.
So you would kick out $600 for?
No,
a Fort
I
Max?
wouldn't.
That's what I'm asking. That's what I'm asking.
I would pay probably about $350. I could do that if it's one of those companies doing it. I would probably, if they ask for $350, maybe $400. Probably $400 would be the last. That's probably the least. I mean, the most I would go was $400 for a Fort Max.
What did you say earlier? Start that bitch at 99 cents.
Yeah.
And see what.
Right.
Yeah, that's really the problem. Is like, I mean, like, I would love to get like some kind of third party, like awesome, super large Fort Max, but. Yeah, like, I mean, what do you spend for a maximum there? Like, I don't know if I would want to buy any figure that's over $300, you know?
Well, right now, the highest one is the Planet X Genesis.
Yeah, and he's
a
piece of shit.
How much is he?
$350, $375?
Yeah, yeah.
So you're talking, if Fort Max, I mean, they probably start charging at least $500. I mean,
you see, that I think is my magic number.
500 for a Fort Max.
Yep, and I'll tell you why.
Oh, God.
Because if I pretty much every combiner that I have with the exception of Minosaur, every combiner that I have that I love, cost me about $500. And that's paying for 5 to 6 separate engineered pieces that come together.
Yeah.
So for one piece that's engineered one time. That's that size. I'm thinking 500 is my top notch. But then what happens when that Fort Max comes out that looks brilliant and it's 550. Well, I'll tell you what I do. I take off my shoe and I put it so far in my mouth, and I spend that 550.
Yeah, I kind of I'm with you there, Bobby, and I hope that if it ever does come to something like that places like BBTS do like some kind of installment, like, hey, we're gonna charge you, like.
I definitely could not tell my wife, like, there's this new toy coming out. I'm gonna spend $500 on that.
Well, see, that's like,
Miss Baldwin, you don't understand. If you don't think $500 is enough money for a city former, well, then I'm in the wrong hobby.
I know it's as big as you. It is tall as you. Let me get it.
Yeah. That's the draw of the combiners, is doing it piece by piece kind of is like a payment plan,
Yep.
Yep.
So it's like, if that's gonna happen, I would love to see. Like, I could see spending larger amounts of money if I could just put like $100 towards it a month,
Yep.
But
Right.
I can't just be like, oh, okay, yeah, sure, go ahead, drop $600 on my credit card.
Mine?
Yeah.
She'd probably just give me a serious SMH.
No. Yeah.
I think every month I have to look up online what SMH means, but shaking my head. I know.
Yeah, it would be probably a very disappointed, slow, sincere shaking of the head.
Can I say something, Bobby?
Absolutely.
After the weekend, I'm surprised you're still alive.
Well,
What? What's going on?
I thought Mrs. Skullface was going to end up killing Bobby by the end of the weekend.
Yeah, look, my wife is extremely competitive, and so am I. And we were having a couple like game tournaments at the house, and split it up, men versus women for the most part.
No, it was completely.
Well, except for one game, they had a couple fucking men versus women and girls.
Yes.
Which but whatever.
We still won.
We still
dominated.
So
even if
anyway,
Dribble came out there somehow, who knows?
Exactly. So the best way to play a game when you're winning is to be the worst sore loser. I mean, sore winner you can be, and just talk the most shit, because then you get in your opponent's head, and it's just like this. Yeah. It becomes like a cycle of pain. Anybody who really plays knows what I'm talking about. So like, we were playing over the weekend, and I mean, my buddy Adam, shout out to Adam. I know he listens every week. We talked so much shit.
But by the end of the night, I'm pretty sure I was the only male in your house who was still in good standing.
My wife was literally upset.
Like a picture of Justin going, Mrs. Skullface, we're still friends, right?
Well, see.
And then she turns and looks at him and goes, "We are for now, man."
After that, I was like, I even made comment. I'm like, I think I'm the only dude here who's still in good standing. And someone said, "Oh, which team are you on?" I'm like, I'm on the men's team, but I will appeal to the one that the team that I'd like to sleep with. Like, just saying.
So what I was going to ask, I asked Bobby, I know Justin, you have a girlfriend, and I know Oscar, you have a girlfriend. Do they have any say in what you spend on figures like this? Like if you spent $500 on a Fort Max, would they even care?
My girlfriend knows my golden rule is if I really want something new, something old's got to go. That's kind of the cardinal rule there, unless she gets it herself. So. Okay. If like for instance, a whole stop smoking, I'll buy you Hercules or a Giant set. Hey, that's still on, dude. Still on? Yeah, she's a woman of her word. So as I have to basically go 3 months without touching a single cigarette, which I'm on day 9. So no, it's not, and like a lot of people look really chokeable half the time. So. Her bottom line is, it's a good example is the Fansproject Intimidator set. When she found out each limb, as small as they were basically $70, she was like, okay, what do they do? I'm like, well, they change it to a car and into the body part that they're supposed to be. Okay. And then when she found out when I got Diesel, she goes, well, how much did that one cost? I was hard-pressed to tell her. I was like, I got it late. I didn't get early bird price, and they ran me about a little over $150. And she goes, huh. And I was like, what do you mean hash? She's like, well, what's it do? I'm like, well, it's a truck and a trailer, or it could be a straight job. That's when you cut the truck in half and add the doors on there. And it's also the top half. It's the core piece for Intimidator Menasor, and it turns into a figure. And she's like, and that looks like the one you have on your shelf over there. I'm like, yeah, but it's updated because it's really posable and stuff. She's like, and that cost you how much? A little over 150, free shipping. And she goes, and you sold some of your stuff for this, right? I'm like, yes, I did. She's like, okay. So, and it's just like all these questions come up, and it tends to get a little aggravating. So basically, it ended with me saying, look, yeah, this guy basically ran me almost $500. Okay, right. And the thing is, I like him. I like him a lot. I think it was a good investment. And the thing a lot of you guys don't know, my girlfriend is a horse trainer, and she's owned horses in the past. I'm like, you can't critique me for paying $500 for plastic toys when you sold your horse recently to a guy for $45,000.
Dang.
So I might be a little off kilter because my hobby's a little expensive, but you're basically slave trading.
Well,
so.
Did you inform her of this?
Yes, I did, and she was very angry at first, but she saw my point. So,
my girlfriend, she will give me and how much did this one cost? But she really doesn't have any say at this point.
And how much of my bank account do you share?
Yeah, exactly.
That's you don't even have to tell her that. That's when you just lie. Go, I'm sponsored, so I paid $20 for MP for Warden. But I mean, for her, she's inquisitive, and I give her credit for as long as we've been dating, she's never given me shit about my collection. Hell, when she goes out to the store, to a Target, when I was on the search for Skywarp, she was like, okay, he's the black and purple jet, right? I'm like, yeah. And she's like, oh, they don't have him here. They just have the green one in the Minicon Combiner. Or as she's dubbed, the ugly one. It's not like she's a bad judge of character,
Yeah, pretty wise lady.
Pretty much, man, because when I bought him, she just goes, really? That one? Why not the orange guy? I'm like, but I got him. Well, you should probably get another orange guy, not the ugly green one. So.
Oh, man.
We lost Matt at some point, just so you know.
Oh, did we?
Yeah.
Who's controlling the call?
I am.
Oh,
I've
get him
tried to
back.
add him, but
His wife made him kill the call. How dare you?
you spent how much?
You son of a bitch! You lied. He told me that Year of the Horse prom was like $20.
So it was on clearance because it's so goddamn ugly.
Yeah, I think that
Oh.
I think that Greg, myself, and Matt are the only ones that have to answer for our purchases. And
Don't get me wrong. I'll announce it here. We're going to get married eventually.
right, and then you will. But I think that we are the only ones that have, like, at the moment have to, and like the only one that I'm worried about so far is that Ultra Magnus pre-order. I'm worried about breaking that $272 news. My only saving grace is that shit like that, like she doesn't necessarily look at the boxes as they come in. So like for all she knows, she'll see the bill and then, you know, she'll be like, "Did you get something recently?" Like, "Oh yeah, I got a couple things," and that won't be a lie, because while I will have gotten one thing from
He's got a
TF
trailer and a
no, but
gun
not even
and-
that. I probably will have bought something else recently as well. It's just not on that same ticket, so it'll still be telling the truth.
You know how I'm getting my Ultra Magnus?
How's that?
I just friended your wife on Facebook.
But you know, like I might go, like if I know that Ultra Magnus is shipping, like I'll go out and pick up like I don't know, like some sort of Legends figure or something. And then when she says, "Hey, did you get something?" Like, "Oh yeah, I got a couple things. I got a couple things in the house." You know, still the truth.
Man.
No, this is for the Takara Ultra Magnus, or for the
yeah, the Takara.
Yeah.
Like it's $275, I think.
Damn.
I'm hoping that drops down, but we'll see.
I
yeah,
hope so,
me
too.
too. 250 would be a little bit easier. I mean 274 would be easier when it's 275. But
yeah,
I mean the pros to the girlfriend is, you know, she knew I wanted like an Ultra Magnus that was kind of a big guy, you know, and that shitty Beast Hunters Voyager class just wasn't doing it for me anymore. You know, so she went and she bought me the Platinum Edition Ultra Magnus. And yes, that's an ugly figure, but it's grown on me since she bought it. I don't sit there and go, "It's the best thing ever." But she bought it for me for Christmas, you know, because she sat there, she would see me look at it when we would be in Toys R Us together, which I give her more credit because there's times I'll be in that one section of Transformers. Hopefully I can find that one the guy hid.
Right.
And then be like, I'm going to sell your ass on eBay, motherfucker. So
I remember when you were talking about telling that story, because we started this show right around like the time after Christmas, and like we were going through like you shouldn't have. No, really, you shouldn't have.
and the sad part is, it wasn't like I sat there and I was upset that she got me the figure. I sat there and I was upset, like, man, what the fuck are the guys going to say about this if I tell them? Like, I can't have them in photographs. Oh, fuck it.
Which figure was this?
This is the Platinum Edition Ultra Magnus at Toys R Us.
Oh, man.
Yeah, but, dude, she bought it because she loves me. She knows I dig it. You know, and at the time, she didn't know what I was looking for, so she knew I looked at that sometimes. I look at it, she'd see me scoff at it, and I guess she interpreted that as, I want it. You know?
Yeah, that thing is still shelf warming.
That's what?
I said that thing is still shelf warming at my Toys R Us.
It's at mine, too. There's like 7 there, and then like they just now got the Year of the Horse Starscream. So I was like, that's nice. And even an employee that works there, he's like my connection. You know, he's the one that let me know about the Skywarps being there. Friggin', he's just like, yeah, dude, we got this Starscream too. Ugly as fuck. Who would pay $140 for that? And then it comes like this like stuck up, like straight up stereotypical geek walking in and going, sweet, they got him. Picks him up and walks towards the register. And I'm just like, and then like my friend, his name's Leon, the black guy. Leon's like, you got to stop him? I'm like, no, you should stop him, bitch. You work here.
Right.
I go stop a man from buying. If he wants to buy it, he can buy it. But I'm buying that ugly ass thing. No offense, Matt, if you're listening to this, because your wife kicked you off Skype. But you know, he's on my shelf. He's part of my Lost Light crew, and he's there. You know, but when that masterpiece comes out, I'll probably replace him.
Before Oscar takes us out of here, I just want to say a couple things. Make sure to check out Skullface's reaction part 2 to the Age of Extinction trailer. That
Guess
went
what?
on.
Guess what? Hold on. Hey, Bobby, hold on. Guess what?
What?
There's another one coming.
Oh, good.
There's another truck coming.
That's awesome. We'll do another one. But check out part 2. That's up now.
Yeah.
We got Justin's doing a part 2 as well.
I hope so. I gotta find time to do it.
I am in the process of animating my reaction.
And awesome.
Oh,
that's
that's
awesome.
Hey.
And Oscar's also in the process of uploading part 2 of the Hasbro Dilemma.
After I re-edit it, because fucking for those who edit and you listen to this, I use Sony Vegas, and of course the one thing you're supposed to do when you finally render a movie is to highlight everything. And then you select render, make movie, save to my hard drive, etc. I did not highlight it, but it still let me go through the process of saving it. So I go, okay, I don't need to watch it again because I know it's good. I uploaded it, and then of course Skullface and Greg are like, dude, maybe 15 seconds. And then it just goes black. So now I got to go back, and because I didn't disclaim to the guy, because Florida law states you have to disclose to the individual you're talking to that you're recording. You have to consent to it. So I have to basically drop out this guy's name at every turn, and he says it like 17 times. My fucking God. Narcissist. Exactly. So, of course, in the actual render I had that I had to recut, I had it all edited out, and in the very last thing, I won't say his real name. I'm not going to say his real name, but it's just like, okay, so it's this number. Is that right, Sean? Yes, that's right. All right, Sean, have a nice day. I'm like, God, I missed those two. And that's what I did was I was in the editing process. I cut those two. I'm like, okay, we're good. And then I rendered, and I forgot the fucking highlight, and that's what happens.
So
it'll be up this week. It'll be up Friday night.
There you go.
Guaranteed.
And I'm trying to think if we got anything else. We're still trying to make some connections. We thought we had an interview lined up with a third-party guy, but it seems to be a little bit on shaky ground, but we're still talking to him. So keep checking back. We still got big things in the works.
But I got a guy from designed a couple Hasbro toys. So
good shit.
We'll be putting that in front, obviously, because I'll be contacting him tomorrow to work out some details.
Oh,
actually,
so
contact right now.
Anyone discuss about stuff that got coming in the mail? Recent purchases?
So far, nothing. I'm waiting on shipping notices.
I got some stuff this week.
What do you got coming in, Greg?
I got this Metroplex labels. I got those. Pretty cool. So nice. It's actually a better set. The more I put on, the better I like it.
Really?
I got what did I get? No, I can't remember. I got the Dr. Wu cane for Bumblebee.
I love that little addition. I just bought it out of TF Source.
Yeah.
I saw yours, and I'm like, that'll look good. That's good. It's a good addition.
I got a classic Rodimus to go with my protector armor. That's going to be coming. The knockoff protector armor, but I hear it's pretty good, and it's like a third the cost.
I'll tell you right now, I own the knockoff protector armor. It's actually pretty good quality.
Yeah, I have the knockoff Nemesis version, whatever you want to call it.
The Death Sight, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
I got some more stuff. God damn, I can't remember. Bobby says I have a problem, but
he does, and I'm going to air his business out right now. Here's Greg's problem.
I'll kill you, motherfucker.
Greg is addicted to having shit in his mailbox, and when he goes for like a lapse of time where nothing hits the mailbox, then he starts forgetting how to act, and he starts buying shit that he told himself he wasn't going to get just to fill that void of when shit's going to be in the mailbox. So like he'll hit me up and be like, man, I'm not buying this, I'm not buying that, I'm not buying this. From now on, it's all this and that, and I'm done with it. I'm not doing it to myself anymore. Then
Greg,
we hit a month like March where there's a big lull, and all of a sudden, well, I'm gonna get the Bumblebee cane, and I'm gonna get G2 Masterpiece Sideswipe, and I'm gonna get
Masterpiece Sideswipe, by the
way. Hey, Greg,
just because he likes to get shit in the mail.
I feel the same way. I come home and a little piece of me dies if there's not something waiting outside for me.
No, it's shit that I think, like that Sideswipe. I mean, I said from the get-go I was going to get that thing, and then Jason had him. And I was like, fuck, man, if I buy this now, I can get it by Saturday. So what I did was I actually sold my knockoff Tiger Tracks for enough money to get the Sideswipe.
I think,
Believe it or not.
Which upset me because I found out about that really late, and I'm like, God, I could have used that.
You can still get one like iOffer, I think.
We all live shipping notice to shipping notice.
Yeah. As for me,
next push.
I have some stuff coming in. I have a oddly enough, because I don't know, it's always something about that figure that I couldn't get when it was released. It was a Toys R Us exclusive Transformers animated Cybertron Ratchet, because he didn't look like such a depressing looking fucking figure. He was a younger Ratchet, and he had both his horns and stuff. I actually bought him off TJ Omega, a known Transformer reviewer. I got him for a good price, about like 13 and change shipped, because he's a Florida boy also. I ordered G2 Sideswipe off Dubcade Toys, also from Jason. I also got animated Ironhide coming in as well. I also have, I ordered a lot this week. Think about it. I finally got my hands on one of the figures I wanted to get my hands on the most over the years. It's the Transformers Cybertron Galaxy Force Black Snarl, or Wolfang.
Nice.
It's the Black Deco, and I actually paid a grand total of $32 ship for him, compared to the eBay asking price of like $70 or $80, mint and sealed box. So I'm excited to get my hands on that guy. I got him from a TFW moderator friend of mine. So really amped about that. Also, I have Swerves and the Swerves and Gear set coming from Action Robo. Thanks to our good friend Antoine posting a link over there. And and in about another week, I'll be having Steel Core.
Nice. I'm glad you finally got him.
Yeah.
Well, let's see. For me, I got the Generations World. I got the Revolver figure. That's really nice. And I'm waiting for the I'm waiting for Leo Ducks now, man.
We're all waiting for Leo Ducks.
If I didn't have MegaCon coming up, I'd be ready to buy mine outright. But I'm gonna have to wait a couple of weeks after his initial release, and hopefully he'll still be in stock.
I'm waiting for Leo Ducks, and with Leo Ducks ship some other shit that I have on hold.
Oh,
and then,
I also got Fortis coming on the way too.
Nice.
So.
Nice.
And I'm waiting for what else? A Sound Blaster, but we have confirmation supposedly that he is supposed to hit the early next week.
Yep.
And yeah, supposedly. And like I said, man, I only believe it when I get the shipping order. And I'll tell you what, I don't even believe it. You know what? Fuck it all. I believe it when the package is opened up on my kitchen counter and I see it. That's when I fucking believe it, because I've been burned in every other way prior. And I think there's a third, and then of course Scoria, like everybody else, and except for Piao and
Optibotamus, because he got first.
My favorite person.
Yeah. So
him and Justin used to be bar buddies, wingmen, until Optibotamus stole his girlfriend.
Yep.
And I have. See, here's another thing. I go with TF Source, and I go for the $150 free shipping bit, and I need those KF. Unfortunately, I don't need them. I just need them to make it ship. I ordered those KFC dinosaur tapes, the Slugfest and Overkill, and I need them to come in for my. Yeah. I guarantee you, you're right about that. I haven't seen anything about them other than those initial preview images, and I guarantee you that you are absolutely correct.
I'm not a religious person, but I'd say this is Jesus telling you you're doing wrong.
You're probably right too, but I need that to come in for my X-Transbots, Huffer, and Pipes to ship. But I'm thinking about telling them to go ahead and ship them. I'm thinking about it. Just thinking about going against my my laws. But
what's that?
My law is that I wait till it's $150 so I get the free shipping. I hate paying for shipping.
Right.
I hate paying for shipping. I hate it. Especially when you're spending fucking thousands of dollars with the company a year. I feel like they should foot the bill on the fucking package.
I personally am waiting for G2 Sideswipe because I just hit buy it now. He'll look good with my custom G2 Optimus I'm working on.
So that's it.
Good show. Good show.
Hey, Oscar, you want to take us out of here?
Oh, as always, be sure to check us out on Facebook, on facebook.com/Shattercast Uncut. Check us out on Podomatic under Shattercast Uncut. And as always, look us up on Twitter and Tumblr under the same names at Shatteredcast Uncut. Or is it Shattercast Online?
I think with Twitter it's like misspelled, but we have it in the show notes. So
yeah, we'll have it in the show notes so you guys can see for yourselves there. So as always, for Oscar Alonso and friends, Skullface, Greg for Mercy, T2RX6, Mega 81, and Deluxe, be good to yourselves and each other. Until then, you've been Shattered. Mega?
Have a good night.
You are fired.